It's Teacher Joy here. Today we're going to be looking at modal verbs. Modal verbs, there hasn't been a more interesting time for modal verbs. What we should do, what we can do, what we could do, what we shouldn't do, what we need to do, what we mustn't do. It's all out there at the moment. These are very strange times we're living in. We should wear masks. We must wear masks. Mr. Boris Johnson went from saying you shouldn't go out, you should stay at home, to you must stay at home within 24 hours. He was obviously very confused about which modal verb to use.
You must stay at home. You should not be meeting friends. If your friends ask you to meet, you should say no. You should not be meeting family members who do not live in your home. You should not be going shopping except for essentials like food and medicine. And you should do this as little as you can.
What do you think, Daisy? What would you do? They have become a bit more interesting because they're being used all the time, because we are living in the age of pandemic and virus that is spreading quickly. So our leaders are telling us what we can and can't do, and what we should and what we shouldn't do, and what we must and what we mustn't do. I should do more yoga every day because because I should. I don't know why, but I should. Or I must meditate. Again, I don't know why. I must meditate. I must meditate because I'm going slowly. When we use must, it's not all about what we must do and what we mustn't do. We can also use must when we think something is certain. For example, I can say, "Oh, I'm feeling really tired. Oh, I'm feeling really tired at the moment. It must be late. It must be late. Oh, look, he hasn't done anything today. He's been at home all day. He must be really bored." I'm expressing an opinion about something. So he must be bored. He hasn't done anything. He must be bored. It's 5 o'clock. It must be time for tea. We use modals for permission. Can I go to the toilet, please? Ability. I can run 42 kilometres. Obligations, prohibitions. You can't go to the shops. You mustn't go out. Advice. You shouldn't see your friends. And then, you know what, to top it all off, in this, as if there wasn't enough crisis going on, there's also a crisis going on in people's heads. And modern psychology actually tells us that to take the words would, could, and should out of our vocabulary. Go away, go away. Don't use would, don't use could, and don't use should. Why? Why not? Because when you use them, you're beating yourself up and it produces a negative outcome. Just think about that one. For example, oh, I should have gone to see my grandparents today and I didn't. Oh no, oh dear. You know, oh, why didn't I go? I would have done it if I had known. All these things that get us a bit anxious. So, but these, I should have done it. I would have gone if I had known. we're now going into the third conditional, which I will do another time. Okay, now, so if you like what I'm doing, if you've learned anything, or just, press the thumbs up button, that would be great. If you don't, then doesn't matter. And I've prepared some further reading and worksheets around modal verbs and how they're used in the modern world. This is modal verbs in the modern world. And see you next time. Bye.